Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at what Hakan Calhanoglu previously said about Chelsea and his future amid Arsenal transfer links, and then we're going to look at Emmanuel Petit urging Arsenal to make transfer move for Wilfried Zaha. So the first transfer headline states that what Hakan Calhanoglu previously said about Chelsea and his future amid Arsenal transfer links. So the reports are stating that the Turkey international enjoyed a superb 2020-2021 campaign, notching 9 goals and 12 assists for Milan across all competitions. Also are in the market for a creative midfielder, with Martin Odegaard's loan with the club expiring at the end of this month. The Gunners have struggled for creativity since Mesut Ozil's departure, with none of their players managing more than 38 key passes in the Premier League last term. It is understood that Arsenal want Norwich's Emi Buendia to fill the creative gap in the team, seeing a £30 million offer rejected for the Argentine on Friday. Technical director Edu may have to explore other options if he can't land the 24-year-old, and one of those could be AC Milan's Hakan Calhanoglu, according to a report from Turkish journalist Ekrem Kunur. Calhanoglu's contract with the Rossoneri expires this month, and the two parties are said to be still some way apart in agreeing upon a fair sum for the playmaker's weekly wage, which could mean he leaves Milan on a free transfer this summer. The Turkey international enjoyed a stellar 2020-2021 campaign, leading Serie A for key passes and shot-creating actions to help secure his side a second-place finish, the highest in 9 years. Kunur claimed that Arsenal hold an interest in Calhanoglu, but would have to offer him a minimum salary of €5.5 million, which is £4.7 million a year. However, if his reported comments on one of Arsenal's fiercest rivals, Chelsea, are anything to go by, he may well not be donning the famous red. The 27-year-old was previously said to be desperate for a move to Chelsea back in 2017, with Turkish paper Fanatic claiming he said, "God willing, I will be a Chelsea player next season." However, he took to Twitter at the time to deny the reports, stating that he had never spoken about Chelsea in the press and had not discussed his future with any Turkish journalist. And even if this was the case, 4 years is a long time in football. However, with Chelsea's European success and Arsenal failing to qualify for European football for the first time in 25 years, the odds may be stacked against the Gunners. With Chelsea's plethora of attacking talent, it perhaps unlikely a move to Stamford Bridge would be possible, and Calhanoglu's manager Stefan Pioli played down the possibility of the Turkey international leaving the San Siro at all this summer. "We are in talks with Calhanoglu to extend his contract," Pioli told DAZN. "I'm sure he wants to stay. Now it's time for negotiations, but we want to keep Hakan." So it looks like what Hakan Calhanoglu previously said about Chelsea and his future amid Arsenal transfer links. And it looks like the Gunners are looking for that creative midfielder who can be that long-term replacement to Mesut Ozil, and someone that can play in that number 10 role, and that is something that is massively required for the Gunners, and it could be in the form of Hakan Calhanoglu. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Emmanuel Petit urges Arsenal to make transfer move for Wilfried Zaha. So reports are stating that Emmanuel Petit has been left baffled by Arsenal's recruitment in recent years, and believes the Gunners should pursue a summer bid to sign Crystal Palace's Wilfried Zaha, as the forward has the ability to get fans off their seats. The Gunners missed out on European football after finishing the Premier League campaign down in 8th place, and Mikel Arteta is intent on overhauling his failing squad after a miserable first full season at the helm. A number of high-profile players are being linked with moves to North London, and also confirmed this week that Dani Ceballos, Martin Odegaard, David Luiz and Matt Ryan will be departing. Meanwhile, the likes of Thomas Partey, Gabriel Magalhaes and Nicola Pepe have all failed to live up to expectations after arriving at the Emirates with hefty price tags, and Emmanuel Petit feels his former side had horribly misfired in the transfer market for some time. The Frenchman, who made 118 appearances across his 3-year spell under Arsene Wenger, reckons the writing could be on the wall for Arsenal's owners should they once again fail to get it right this summer. Arsenal have to improve their squad in the summer transfer window. The questions over the club and the dressing room have been the same every single season. The ex-Arsenal midfielder Petit told Paddy Power. Before Arsene Wenger left the club, the last 2 seasons of his reign were not very good. The questions were already on the table, and it was the same with Unai Emery and now with Mikel Arteta. People are questioning him, but the main questions are over the dressing room and the profile of the players Arsenal buy and sell. The questions remain the same and they still haven't been answered, and this is it. They must get it right this time. Arsenal finished 8th in the Premier League in the last 2 seasons. In the last 2 decades, I've never seen Arsenal drop so far down the table. In the transfer market, I know it's a question of money, but Arsenal have the money. They probably can't compete for the big players, but they need to get decent players with the right mentality. Arsenal have spent £40 million, £50 million, £60 million on players recently, and I've found myself wondering, why have they bought that guy? Give me one argument, one reason why you bought this player. I really don't understand. If you add to that the frustration of the fans after a year without football and the Super League situation as well, when the fans return to the stadium, they will be wanting to see a proper team with the right mentality and the right players. Otherwise, that could be the last season for the owners if they're still doing what they are doing. Also on the verge of signing Wilfried Zaha before going on to land Mikel Pepe back in 2019, and Emmanuel Petit has encouraged the club to revive their move for the Palace winger this summer. According to the Times, Zaha has told Palace that he intends to find a new club ahead of the 2021-2022 campaign. The Ivory Coast attacker wants the move wrapped up before pre-season training begins next month, despite having 2 years remaining on his current contract at Selhurst Park. So it looks like Emmanuel Petit has urged Arsenal to make transfer move for Wilfried Zaha, and with Wilfried Zaha previously being linked heavily with the Gunners in 2019, where Unai Emery then went with Mikel Pepe instead of Wilfried Zaha, but it looks like Wilfried Zaha is a player that the Gunners could sign if they want to, and someone that could really help in this team to a large extent. Well then, that guys, remain blessed. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.